Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shasheena Rolle. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, the Royal Bahamas Police Force is now better prepared to combat crime on the high seas. Today, the United States Embassy made a significant donation to the local police department, which will serve as a major asset in protecting the country's borders and the overall fight against crime. Drug traffickers and those hoping to use the high seas to advance their illicit business. What you're seeing is a 41-foot safe boat Apostle Marine Interceptor, which law officials say will enhance the Royal Bahamas Police Force's capacity to gather law enforcement information, conduct investigations, and interdict illicit traffickers operating in the northern Bahamas. The vessel, which is also expected to patrol and protect the island's borders, was presented by the U.S. Embassy. During a handing over ceremony, the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Bernard Nottage, told those in attendance that this donation upgrades the force's capabilities to combat crime.
This ceremony serves as a testimony to the governments of our country and the United States' commitment to suppress and interdict illicit drugs and psychotropic substances, as well as minimizing the impact of human and weapons smuggling in our archipelago. I want to say something to Mr. Emmerich Seymour's children, that is, of Grand Bahama and Northern Bahamas. There's too much smuggling emanating from Grand Bahama and Bimini. There's too much trafficking emanating in these areas.
This is the second major donation of drug-fighting equipment by the U.S. to the Royal Bahamas Police Force on Grand Bahama in less than a year.
This gift will position and enable the Royal Bahamas Police Force to increase its interdiction efforts. Based on past performances, I am optimistic that the vessel will be fully engaged in providing much-needed support to our law enforcement efforts.
At the end of the ceremony, the vessel was signed over and commissioned. But that's not all. The minister, along with his delegation, witnessed the Marine Interceptor in action. On the high seas, the tour included a 360 turnaround and the Go Fast boat maneuvering at top speed. U.S. Charge d'Affaires John Dinkelman says it is a symbol of the partnership between his country and the Bahamas.
Well, the United States government has always tried to make a concerted effort to support the Bahamian government's efforts in interdicting and dealing with illicit smuggling, trafficking in persons, narcotics, and what we now unfortunately see as human trafficking, which is increasing seemingly all over the world. And so this boat is merely a manifestation of the support that we will continue to give to the government of the Bahamas as it makes its efforts.
A new company with a global reach officially introduced on Grand Bahama today, designed to meet the growing demand for sustainable environmental solutions. The launch was held during a special ceremony at the Grand Lucine Resort. Joan Davis Roll reports.
I don't have partners. I'm the sole shareholder and I have no debt. The business has been that successful that it's just grown organically.
She is the Chief Executive Officer of one of the world's fastest growing BioCare, a sustainable environmental solutions company, Hepburn BioCare. Now philanthropist Margaret Hepburn is partnering with local businessman Elvis Hepburn of E.A. Hepburn Industrial Contractors to expand to the Bahamas. Elvis Hepburn firmly believes that the time has come for the introduction of this new venture, especially in the wake of the recent series of oil spills in coastal communities off Grand Bahama.
The time has come for the Bahamas to have greater environment protection policies, laws. Continually, we are having people and or companies and or individuals remediating oil spills who are absolutely not qualified to do so. Not only that, when you are not qualified to do things, then you employ the quickest way that you think is best. HBC takes care of all of that because E.A. Hepburn Industrial Contractors is also an oil spill recovery, remediation company, and our new phase is that of mold remediation. As we know, we have that issue here in the country here.
It was the president of Elnet Maritime, Albert Hepburn, who assisted with the formulation of this new partnership, one he hopes will help solidify this island's economy.
It's always a pleasure to see a vision come to life. I had the honor and privilege of meeting Margaret Melanie Dawes about a year ago at a trade show in Miami. I was seeking new business for Elnet Maritime. I saw the name of the company. That's what first drew me, Hepburn BioCare, so it automatically sparked an interest. I approached them and I said, who's a Hepburn? I'm the original set of Hepburns. And Margaret, of course, said, no, we are. We got into a little debate. But while we were debating, it came to mind that my uncle Elvis had not too long formed a company dealing with these same type products. It was within that moment we started exchanging business cards and I started telling them about him. And as I was walking off, I had goosebumps. And I was calling him and I was really excited because I saw that maybe we can partner up and we can take this company into the Bahamas and make it something big and beautiful. And as God has it, we're here today.
For Margaret Hepburn, the goal is to expand throughout the Bahamas, with E.H. Hepburn as their local representatives.
They will be representing us and doing all the work. We will train them, set everything up, and we will be their technical support. But they will be the representative distributor for Hepburn BioCare throughout the Caribbean. So hopefully a lot of jobs will be created, a lot of benefits to the different islands, because instead of grease and fat from the kitchens and the galleys and the restaurants and hotels going straight into your system, it will all be biodegraded at the source, which means the savings as well to the municipality will be quite significant.
Joan Davis Rolle, ZNS Network News.
Well, we have an update now on the strong fumes that have been impacting the communities of Pinders Point and some areas of the 8 Mile Rock over the past few weeks. Several residents have reportedly fallen ill from the fumes, and those areas are reporting tonight that the odor has subsided a bit. Now, ZNS News has been reliably informed that the odor is believed to be hydrogen sulfide coming from an oil tanker in waters off the Freeport Harbor. We have been told that an inspection was carried out on the ship, and because of the strong fumes, the tanker has been ordered to anchor some 10 to 15 miles offshore to reduce the chance of the fumes making it to local communities. A source telling ZNS News that the vessel will remain anchored at sea until the odor has diminished. Reports say the ship was heading to the Borco facility. In other news, the Trade Union Congress continues to champion the cause of workers in the country, and there is one in its ranks who's preparing to make a major transition. But despite the pending change, she vows to be a voice for workers far and near. Joan Davis Rolle has this story.
She is one of the few women presently serving within the halls of Parliament while holding other major posts. She's a member of Parliament for South Beach, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Immigration, Vice President of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas Trade Union Congress, and President of the Bahamas Nurses Association. However, during a recent TUC meeting on Grand Bahama, Cleola Hamilton announced that in a matter of days, she will be passing on the baton as Nurses President.
I have written to the Department of Labor last month and would have asked for a poll to be conducted for the nurses on the 4th of next month. There we will have a general election for nurses, and of course my name will not be in the hat for the voting.
Hamilton stated that it was at the feet of many giants within the labor movement that she's received the training which now prepares her for the challenges which lie ahead.
Over the past 15 years, the trade union movement would have done awesome for me. O.B. Ferguson, Freddie Munnings, Irvin, Rock, Mr. Bastian, and all of my colleagues would have taught me, would have given me the tools that I need to move to the position that I am in now. I had pledged before, and I will continue to pledge that I am a trade unionist. That will never change. I will say that in the House of Assembly every time I get up. I will represent workers to the best of my ability, no matter what the position is. So you all need to know you have friends in the House of Assembly with myself and with Minister Gibson.
Shifting her attention to her portfolio on immigration, foremost on her agenda is the empowerment of more Bahamian workers. Hamilton stated that she has already devised a new initiative to ensure that expatriate workers not have jobs that Bahamians become qualified to hold.
I took it upon myself to create that form. And that form is now going out to employers when they send for persons claiming that Bahamians can't do it. That form is sent to the employers. We give them a certain amount of time to understudy a person, identify the person, and we bring the persons in to make sure they are being taught. And on that form, we have the scope of practice and also what is being taught to that person. So after that permit is over, then you cannot say you don't have somebody to fill in that space. So that is happening right now.
Joan Davis Rolle, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.